information, little entertainment is okay. But then, what we are doing of struggling, putting our efforts to study one Shastra entirely, right from beginning till end, that too with the Bhashya, is the most greatest laudable effort. How much we are succeeding in that all time decides because of our right now the immaturities or inabilities. That's okay. They all will be converted into the abilities, maturities in course of time when we continuously do. But this itself is the most sacred job of studying any Shastra that way thoroughly. It has a great marks given, remarks given, the what do you call the ratings that are given by the Shruti Mata, by the Rishi Guru Parampara. Once in a while, attending somebody's some lecture and finding some entertainment in that, हाँ बहुत अच्छा लगा बाबा जी का प्रवचन. They're very low level of thinkings, but not bad. At least कभी तो जाकर सुन रहा है. But taking one after the other Upanishads, studying with Bhashya, one after other texts like Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, and the Yoga Darshanas from the Sutra 1. It is all proving at what level of ignorance we are there. That is okay. That's what we are so far. What is there to feel regretted, guilty about? वो जानकर improve करने के लिए तो हम आ रहे हैं ना. Therefore, that topic need not be the concern topic to be concerned about. But the thing is that being regular, taking one shastra and trying to grasp is such a arduous task. It is very tough. It is. Where is the time? Where is the patience? Where is the ability for the people? More than all that, what is the need? When I'm happy with my own artha kama, earned fair or foul means, what's the need of it? To such type of deluded persons points, no wise person in the world can answer or explain. That's why the wise people don't talk to such people. ठीक है, और खुद तुमको अंदर से पता चलना है कि इस भोग में जो तुम फंसे हो कैसे दुख का कारण होगा. देन यू रिग्रेट बी फील गिल्टी फॉर नॉट स्पिरिचुअली ग्रोइंग. दैट्स हाउ नो मास्टर डज दखल अंदाजी टू द वन हु इज पक्का संसारी. The one who himself recognizes that he is in samsara, wanting to come out of it, then himself goes and seeks the Guru, having tested the disciple, then knowing that this fellow is worthy of my teachings, he will practice and help himself without questioning me. When he knows, then only he will allow the disciple to stay, then he teaches the disciple. Otherwise, no guru entertains disciples, nor he runs behind them, because the power of the delusion in those disciples, when they are overpowered, intoxicated by materialism, is so much that they won't listen. That's why in every of the Shastra, toward the end, that फलश्रुति के साथ साथ किसको पढ़ाना है, किसको नहीं पढ़ाना है, they keep on telling us. भौतिकवादीन ऐसे होते हैं. What I am talking about is the topic that this beautiful continuity of studying the Shastra. This alone gives that ability, stability, the grace of the Guru and God. Then it starts sinking inside. Anybody like a small mechanic continuously does. 20 साल में of every गाड़ी he knows repair. He can start 10 places the shop and expansion. All that a politician started small and slowly, totally engrossed in the activity of देखते देखते MLA chief minister. Same way, regularly when we maintain this Shastra Adhenam from Shuru se Anta tak, I am telling that it itself is a great punya. It's a great. This is the only way the time, the mind, our buddhi are tuned to the Lord and very necessary in this Kali Yuga where millions of things are there to distract us. Like so many religions, so many schools of thoughts are there. It's not in this time that the gurus like Adi Shankara, Puja Gurudeva have to be vigorously working to reinstate the glory of Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. In the same way, in today's Bhautika Jagat of thousands of ways to take us to the distractive or destructive ways, being so regular in studying the Shastras is not an ordinary achievement. हम कह रहे हैं ना, बड़े बड़े नेम्ड आश्रमों में भी आश्रम का नाम होकर बहुत सारे चीजें होते हैं, मतलब व्यवहार, स्टेइंग, खाने पीने का, नॉट इन द आश्रम व्हाट हैज टू हैपन एवरीडे सत्संग. Some only are there, very rarely. That way, on our this channel from last more than 1400 days, without a break, every day, morning, evening, 4 classes happening on Shastras. My point is, whoever are regular in studying every aspect of Shastra, looking small, looking big, important, non-important, जो भी हो, पूरा आमूलाग्रम, we are studying the Shastra as our respect and reverence to the Shruti Mata and to those Gurus and Guru Parampara. Then they themselves will guide us. The essence of it is this one. You are now at this stage of evolution. This is your next level of sadhana. You do it, then further you will be guided. ये सारा हमको अंदर से आएगा. So thank you all. At the same time, congrats also for those who are very regular in the Shastra Shravana of one text right from beginning. Now among them we have taken up Yoga Darshanam also. आज 370 दिन हो गए. We are into the second Samadhi Sadhana Pada. We have seen 27 sutras, but we are going through a bird's eye view summary of it. You just feel at home little bit before we start the most practically crucial and important topic of Ashtanga Yoga. So in this yesterday we saw 24th ka, 25th ka, अब दो बतावे. Then as I promised, in the 27th sutra, the Sapta Pranta Bhumi of Sthita Prajna person, the last two one have to be touched, two of them. With that we will be satisfied today. Tomorrow in the 28th sutra, with the Vyasa Bhagavan's introductory Bhashya, we will be introduced with the need of Ashtanga Yoga and the details of that. Then it will continue for the next Vibhuti Pada also up to some half of that portion. And Samadhi Pada had a different flavor. We were studying of the Pancha Vrutthis and all those things. Sadhana Pada in the first 27 sutra, it is one complete package. Where Tavaswadhyayaswar Pranidhana Sadhanas were told for the Tanukarana of the Klesha, so that Samadhi Bhavana goes on growing. And that has led us up to even the ultimate goal reaching, which is said in the 26th sutra, where we saw Viveka Kyatihi Aviplava Hanopaya. Then the one who has done the Hana through the Viveka Kyati of the entire, the Heya Vastus, what do you say, the Hetu called as Avidya, they get the Prajna. And that Prajna is of the Sapta Pranta Bhumi. So beautiful, That's how we are studying it. So today we'll just spend 10-15 minutes for that. Tomorrow we take up Ashtanga Yoga. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Yoga Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण योग वेदांत दर्शन ज्ञान साधन द्वारा आत्मानुभूति कैवल्य सिद्ध्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व शांति एकता अस्मिन् कर्म निष्ठानं दिग्विजयार्थम पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्र से व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययन वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ योग दर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणम् ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः ओम अतः श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम व्यास भाष्य समेत द्वितीय पादः साधना पादः. So in that we have come up to this one. So Swami, we have done up to कृतार्थं प्रति नष्टम अपि अनष्टम तद अन्य साधारणत्वा. So the drishya for a kritartha purusha of recognizing the self, it is nashtam because it has no purpose. Now of the sadhaka bhoga apavarga दोनों वो दृश्य ने कर दिया, so it has gone. But still anashtam, that still that drishya or prakriti will continue because anya sadharanatvat, for other purushas for their sadhana and bondage or giving the karma chance karma phala ityadi. So that's how eka what do you call eka prakritivada but aneka purushavada of Sankhya's and our yoga bargain. In this sutra, it is just put up there with which Vedanta doesn't agree but doesn't cause any problem. We have to have the moksha. That's it. Now comes the next sutra where स्वस्वामी शक्तियों स्वरूप उपलब्धि हेतु संयोग. तो स्वशक्ति एंड स्वामी शक्ति स्वरूप उपलब्धि के लिए इनफैक्ट द संयोग इज देयर. इट इज एग्जैक्टली what we have studied just now 10 minutes back in our Aitareya Upanishad. Ki why Bhagwan created the world, why he created a human being, why he entered into that human being for only one reason, to recognize him. Understood? In the same way, why the Prakriti? To know the Swashakti, nature of the Buddhi, and reject it that it is a cause of bondage. Then to know the Shakti of the Swami, that is a pure consciousness, and identify with him, get realized. So yesterday also राम जी का जो अध्यास की बात हो रही थी, same topic we are studying. If you have a right vision, what is right vision then? Whole world is for me to know the Lord, then we are matured. Our Shastra Adhyanam becoming Paripakva. If with all either studying the Shastra or not studying Shastra, involving in the world, with the goal not of Paramatma, but something in the world, we are fully deluded. तो स्वस्वामी शक्त्योः स्वरूप उपलब्धि हेतु संयोग. Therefore, we cannot run away from this world. इसी world में रहकर अब तक because of ignorance and wrongdoings we were lost in samsara. In the same world हम रहकर इसी वर्ल्ड में साधना से भगवान को पाना है. You understood? Like with same wife, husband, children, you have to be. By changing your inner thing, you have to get sukha, happiness rather than dukkha and fighting every day. With the same boss, you are there till you retire. By changing your attitude, instead of dukkha, you have to be just. Naturally, actually, you see it. When one in the inside changes his attitudes, intentions, behaviors, same people who are giving dukkha, they start giving sukha. Examples. In the same way, same antakarana vrutthis, when they are used for the Paramatma Prapti, then they become the cause of sadhana. For that, the whole Prakriti is given. So, Swami Shaktiyoho Swarupa Upalabdhi Hetu Sanyoga. In the same Sanyoga, when the Swami forgets his Swarupa and takes on him the Swarupa of this Swa, that is Buddhi. And on the Buddhi, he superimposed his own guna. That's called Anyonya Adhyasa according to our yesterday's Vedanta Adhyatma Ramayana, cause of samsara. But one who is very sharp through this next स्तोत्र में बताने वाले विवेक ख्याति के द्वारा इस संयोग में आकर स्वामी का उसमें स्वामी का ये स्वरूप है, स्व का ये स्वरूप है, ये जान लेगा और दोनों को अंडरस्टैंडिंग में अलग करेगा ना, इज मोक्ष, मुक्त हो गया. है ना, like children, they have studied or not. How will you know unless you conduct a test? So the test is not for the aim. Take out teachers. The stupid are the students who think that the परीक्षा है जो है ना बोर्ड ऑफ एग्जाम के लिए, एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट के लिए, लेक्चर्स के लिए है. The test is not for them. Test is to test you कि how much you have studied. So to the world is not to bind us. World is there for us to get liberated. The technique we have to know how to get liberated. That is what the whole yoga, Vedanta, Adhyatmikata about. In fact, the world is made, we are sent, we are given everything for liberation. Otherwise, भगवान इतने क्रूएल है क्या कि हमको ऐसी जगह बता भेजते हैं कि हम बंधित हो जाए. Then he is not a भगवान only, जो बंधन करने के लिए सृष्टि बनाया और हमको भेजा इसमें. हाँ, then whole spirituality, everything gets withered away if this wrong concept enters our brains. No, it is not true. Bhagavan is Krupamaya, Karunamaya. He wants every jiva to be mukta. That is why he created world. He has sent you. You have not studied Shastra thoroughly. Therefore, instead of using the world as an asset for sadhana and moksha, you are only using it as liability by indulging with identity for bandhana. तो स्वस्वामी शक्ति हो स्वरूप दे तो संयोग हो गया. बट द प्रॉब्लम कहाँ हुआ? इन दैट संयोग में वासनाएं जब आ जाते हैं फिर सब गड़बड़ करता है, उसी को अविद्या कहा. यही नेक्स्ट सूत्र, तस्य हेतु अविद्या. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग द स्वरूप ऑफ द स्व एंड स्वामी, why the swami is becoming Tommy by getting lost in the swa, the prakriti, tasya hetu avidya. Avidya of non-recognizing the self and the viparya vasanas, samskaras. Therefore, what is the sadhana? Tad abhavat. When this negative aspect of the avidya gone away, tad abhavat, sanyoga abhavaha. Then the unholy wedlock between swaswami, prakriti, purusha, drashta, drashya, that hanam chala jayega. Tat, when that happens, the drashta, who was a samsari now, he discovers himself to be the druk swarupa, then it is called kaivalya. That's why tata drushehe kaivalya. दृश्य मीन्स द दृष्टा का अपने दृक् स्वरूपत्व का एक्सपीरियंस होने से उनको कैवल्य हो जाता है. एंड गिविंग कैवल्य इज द लक्ष्य ऑफ दिस योग दर्शनम और एनी शास्त्र. In this every pada you will see the word kaivalya used. The fourth pad का नाम ही कैवल्य पाद है. Anam tat dushehe kaivalyam. हो गया. Now the question comes, how that the hetu of the wrong sanyoga, because of us the vasana is coming, bondage is happening, how to remove that? वो वाला अविद्या हेतु को कैसे निकालना है? द आंसर इज विवेक ख्याति अविप्लवा हान उपाय. हान मीन्स डिस्ट्रक्शन, उपाय मीन्स so the means for destroying is viveka khyati, which is aviplava. Means of destruction is what? Avidya. What is avidya? Unhealthy sanyoga hetu between drashta and drashya. Do you mean to say there is a healthy samyoga hetu also? Yeah. What is the healthy one? Swaswami shaktya swarupa upalabdhi. That is a healthy sanyoga. So I mean the world, to know the self and limitation of the world, then it is a good entrance into the world. But having the world, forgotten myself, got identity with the world, then I suffer. That's why an ignorant person suffers at every moment. A wise person is in bliss at every moment. That is why dehabhimane galite vijnate paramatmani yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadhayaha vidyate hridaya granthe chidyante. See, एक ज्ञानी को हर बात में परमात्मा ही अनुभव में आते हैं, इसी को ज्ञान. एन अज्ञानी एवरीथिंग ही कन्वर्ट्स इनटू संसार. And what is an Ajnani? The one who has no Viveka Khyati. Who is a Jnani? Who has got Viveka Khyati Aviplava. Therefore, the whole study का पर्पस क्या है? विवेक ख्याति डेवलपमेंट. एंड व्हाट इज विवेक ख्याति? सत्व पुरुषयोः अन्यथा ज्ञानम प्रत्ययम. सत्व अलग है, पुरुष अलग है. वही अभी हमने वेदांत में देखा कि आई एम लुकिंग एट दैट एज इदम एंड आई एम सत्स्वरूप एंड आई एम रिकॉग्नाइज थ्रू द मीन्स ऑफ चित्त. सी जो हमने अभी बेड़ा इधर में पढ़ा आधा घंटा पहले, और ये वाला 100% मैचिंग. कॉम्प्लीमेंट करते हुए नॉलेजेस को साधना में भी यूज करके आगे बढ़ना है. सो विवेक ख्याते है अविप्लवा हानोपायः. विवेक ख्याति अविप्लवा हानोपायः. We have discussed what is viveka khyati, what is the meaning of viplava rahita aviplava viveka khyati. Then once one has done it, he reaches to the prajna of his own essential self. That prajna is tested in sapta pranta bhumi. तो तस्य सप्तधा प्रांत भूमि ही प्रज्ञा. So उसमें 4 related the वृत्ति निरोध प्रज्ञा, 3 related the chitta nirodha prajna. So in this vritti nirodha wala 4 we have seen that heyam, jnatam, no, all those 7 things. If you remember, just half a minute I'll browse through. Today we'll spend 3-4 minutes extra to conclude this topic. First one is heyam parignatam. Second is nirodha samadhina. Second is heya hetavah kshinaha. Third one is what? Nirodha samadhina hanam sakshat krutam. Fourth one is viveka khyati rupaha anupaya bhavidaha. These are the 4, the effect vritti related, the prajna sthitis of the prajnavan purusha who reached there through viveka khyati. Now, the karana sambandhi kaivalya sthiti or prajna sthiti is threefold. We have seen yesterday. One is what? Ki भावितः विवेक एषा चतुष्टयी कार्य विमुक्ति प्रज्ञायाः. चित्त विमुक्तस्तु त्रयी. तो चित्त का विमुक्ति वाला प्रज्ञा वाला 3 स्टेजेस का होता है. फर्स्ट चरिताधिकारा बुद्धि. I told you beautifully, एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत. So charitadhikara buddhi means his antakaranas, chittas, purpose of be attentive. Bhoga and apavarga both are accomplished. If one discovers it, then knows that अब चित्त की जरूरत नहीं है. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? He is in the prajna sthiti, for which this is a 5th proof. 4 proofs are earlier ones. This is the 5th proof. Charitadhikara buddhi. And when you get out of the taxi after that 100 kilometers distance travel, you just pay the money to the taxi. Will you look even back to the taxi? No, because charita adhikara. Purpose of the taxi is over. Any business deal, any shopping, when you go, hotel gaye, khaye pil be kar di. When you come out, you don't look at it because charita adhikara hotel ka. So too, what is the purpose of chitta? When in the level of ignorance, it was out of attachment, binding ka tha karana. In the knowledge, purpose of chitta is what? Bhoga and apavarga. Bhoga is at the level of lower level through the mutual anyonya adhyasa samsara. At the higher level, bhoga means exactly same thing. We have seen in our Aitareya Upanishads, Bhashya for the 11th or 10th mantra, when Bhagavan enters, he does the bhoga of all the Indriyadhisthana devatas, Indriyas functioning, the phala of it. How he does the bhoga? Sakshi Rupataya. तो साक्षी रूप परमात्मा का साक्षी रूप से मात्र से ही भोग प्रदान करने के लिए चित्त था. Not to identify with it. Second is what? For this Paramatma Swarupa, after getting oobed away or enough fed up, withdrawing from that chitta, knowing his own essential self. For this sake the chitta is there called as apavarga. अब देखो चरिताधिकारा बुद्धि, इनको भोग हो गया. द फर्स्ट भोगा इज ओवर, सेकंड भोगा इज ओवर, अपवर्ग इज ओवर. First bhoga is identifying in samsara. That he conquered by removing all the pancha kleshas through tapaswadhyaya, ishwar pranidhana ityadi kriya yoga. Second bhoga is achieved ki I am only a drashta of all this drishya. No, he doesn't want to even be a drashta of seeing the drishya. He want to be druk swarupa. Then he dropped it, he established it. With this achievement, the बुद्धि का चित्त का जरूरत खत्म हो गया, कृतकृत्यता हो गया, इसलिए चरिताधिकारा बुद्धि is a very high level of evolution where the medium of samsara called as antakarana, which itself when became the medium of sadhana and siddhi, when that is achieved, then there is a vairagya even for that chitta. I don't need it now. Charitadhikara buddhi. You know, it's a very tough thing even to grasp and understand when we are talking from here. कि वो चित्त जिसके बिना हम सोचते हैं जिंदगी की जरूरत नहीं होगी नहीं, चित्त का ही जरूरत नहीं है बिकॉज जिंदगी की जरूरत नहीं बिकॉज यू आर इन द सेल्फ outer life. What is the use of it when it is going to bind you? है ना, a total teetotaler and non-smoker and non-drinker, when you take him to a shop of thousands of bottles brought from all over the world, very costly, very, उनको तो उनके काम ही नहीं है because it is not his field. So too a person who is established in the Swarupa, जगत की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो जगत में घसीट के ले जाने वाला चित्त का क्या जरूरत है? What a highest level it is. That is the meaning of Charita Adhikara Buddhi. Buddhi has completed its work for this Jnani. He doesn't need it. With this first thought, the Chitta Laya Rupi, है ना, कारण का लय हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ. We are studying about prajna में establish होना, in which other than pure Atma Anubhuti, there is nothing. Other than the Atma are the Chitta and Vrutthis. The Vrutthis are dissolved by the explanation of the first four Pranthabhumis. Post Pranthabhumis prove that the Vritti aspects gone. In the next three Pranthabhumi, Chitta also is dissolved. Only Prajna is established in, that is explained, is already reached. वो टेस्ट करने के लिए फिर से हमको बता रहे सप्तधा प्रांत भूमि. सो व्हाट अबाउट इज चित्त? चित्त का क्या है ना, इट हैज डन इट्स वर्क कॉल्ड एज चरित अधिकारा हो गया बुद्धि, अब उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. वंस द बुद्धि का चरिताधिकार हो गया तो वेयर फ्रॉम द बुद्धि वाज कमिंग? इट वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम द गुणास. गुणास ओनली बिकम द चित्त and the imbalance in the gunas creates a different vrittis in the chitta. Now the vrittis are not there dropped, chitta is also totally charitadhikar हो गया, उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. Now that which was forming as chitta, है ना, जैसे रोटियां बना रहे हम, जब तो बनाते हैं तो आटा आता है बाहर. हाँ, रोटियां बनाना खत्म हो गया तो आटा गोज बैक इनटू द कबोर्ड, नो, वेयर एवर इट हैज टू गो. सो वृत्तियां नहीं है तो चित्त की जरूरत नहीं. चित्त की जरूरत नहीं तो चित्त के रूप में जो आ रहा था गुण, गुणास आर आल्सो नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. देयरफॉर इन द सिक्स्थ स्टेज ऑफ प्रांत भूमि प्रज्ञा पहुंच गया वो. द प्रूफ वी आर सीइंग in that sixth stage. What happens? Example is given: the stones, pebbles falling from the peak mountain, they have no support anywhere in between to hold it. Therefore वो slip होते 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 नीचे जमीन तक गिरते हैं, even if the height of the mountain is say 4000 meters, 4 kilometers. In the same way, the gunas have no support in between to express as chitta or vritti. Therefore they, as if falling go to their root called as moola prakriti. अव्यक्त में लय होते हैं त्रिगुण. That's what I said. गुणाः गिरिशिखर कूट च्युताः इव ग्रावाणः निरवस्थानाः. There's no support to support them. निरवस्थानाः सकारणे, in their own cause. प्रलय अभिमुखाः सः तेन अस्तं गच्छन्ति. Into their own karana of the moola prakriti along with chitta, they go and settle. When the last customer is over, 10-20 minutes they wait. When they understand that now nobody is there, don't they close the whole shop? अब मंदिर बंद हो गया तो मंदिर जाने वाले कोई होंगे नहीं, तो वहाँ फूल बेचने वाले, फल बेचने वाले, नारियल बेचने वाले, they wind up. So too, the gunas, the chitta is not required, vrittis are not there. Then what is the use of the guna? Not therefore they go to their मूला प्रकृति स्थिति अव्यक्त दशा में जाते हैं, taking this chitta also with it. This is called sixth. Therefore, chitta is gone, vrittis have gone, gunas have gone. Who is remaining now? Only Purusha. That's the Kaivalya Sthiti. That is the seventh Pranta Bhumi, which I said there we have not completely discussed about it. 2 minutes की बात है. Seventh Pranta Bhumi is Etasyam Avasthayam. In this state of being, Guna Sambandha Atitaha. Guna, Chitta, Chitta Vritti, they are in the form of Panchaklesha leading to Samsara. ये जो पहला था वो सारा निकल गयो. Therefore, Guna Sambandha Atitaha. Purusha will be having no sambandha at all with the guna. First point. Second, Swarupa Matraha. He is in his own essential Swarupa. And what is the Swarupa of this Purusha? Jyotihi. Pure consciousness. Is this Jyoti caused by something? Is that Jyoti again dichotomized into three vrittis of Jnata, Jnanam, Gnayam? No. Therefore, Amalaha. So, Swayam Jyotish Swarupa, Amala Jyotish Swarupa is the essence of the self that sadhaka establishes in it. And at that experience, are such states of being two? No, one only. Therefore, Kevali Purushaha iti. So, I am one without second, and I am without second is the pure Jyoti Swarupa. That's it. Jnapti Swarupa. This is what we'll be studying in the end of our entire Aitari Upanishad, Prajnanam Brahma. So that is called Saptada Pranta Bhumi of Prajna. This is what in Gita as Sthita Prajna. Pure conscious self. I am. No, इसको इतना बार सुनते सुनते ना, the reality is pure consciousness and its reality is existence. On that only the avidya, the trigunas, every one of them are just projected. ये clarity हमको होना. Then giving up all these outer, reach to the self inside. Okay. Then etam saptavidham pranta bhumi prajnam anupashyan. Keeping them as the goal, and reaching them, through them reaching to Paramatma Sarupa and looking back and ensuring that all these things seven are achieved. Purusha Kushala iti akyayate. Such Purusha is called Kushalaha. He has reached out to the ultimate. Then Pratiprasave api chittasya muktaha Kushalaha iti eva bhavati. प्रतिप्रसवे चित्त से मीन्स वेन अलॉन्ग विथ वृत्ति तो पहले ही चले गए. इवन द चित्त का भी प्रतिप्रसव हो जाता है. मीन्स गुणों से चित्त का व्यक्तिकरण नहीं हो रहा, बिकॉज इट वॉज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. इन दिस वे चित्त से प्रतिप्रसवे अपि मुक्तः कुशलः इति एव भवति. दैट इज द स्टेज ऑफ द रियल मुक्ति एंड द कुशलता. इति एव भवति गुणातीतत्वात् इति. एट दैट स्टेज देयर इज नो गुणातीतता हो गया. Therefore, the whole world has come from the Trigunas. Trigunas have come from the Mula Prakriti. All of that has merged in Mula Prakriti. I have no relation with it. I am in my own self. Kevali Bhakti. That also Purushaha, that Jyotish Swarupaha, Amala Jyotish Swarupaha, Kevali Bhavati. So this is how the last test, whether he has reached or not. Saptadha, Saptamaha. This is how Pranta Bhumi, 7 things we have seen of the Prajna may established sadhaka. Now he's become now Mukta Purusha, Yogi. Then comes now the 28th Sutra, beginning of the Ashtanga Yoga. इसका पहली बात क्या है? सिद्धा भवति विवेक ख्याति ही हानोपाय इति. अब पता चल गया ना, अविद्या का हान का कारण विवेक ख्याति हो गया. बट विवेक ख्याति दुकान में थोड़ी मिलता है. दैट इज नहीं सिद्धि ही अंतरेण साधनम. दिस सिद्धि ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ विवेक ख्याति कैनॉट हैपन विदाउट डूइंग साधना. Therefore, the next portion of Ashtanga Yoga. Therefore, tomorrow we'll talk in detail, exhaustively, beautifully about this. That first thing is, the purpose of practicing the Ashtanga Yoga is to generate Viveka Khyati, without which it cannot separate the Sattva and Purusha, without which the birth of Parapara Vairagya cannot come, without which the Prakriti cannot be given up of the Chitta and Vrittis, without which Swarupa Pratishta cannot come, without which Kaivalya will not come. सो दो बातें यहाँ नेक्स्ट सूत्र का इंट्रोडक्शन. एक क्या है? विवेक ख्याति ही अविद्या का नाश करके मोक्ष देगा. सेकंड, दिस विवेक ख्याति कैन नॉट कम विदाउट साधना. देयरफॉर थर्ड, द साधनास आर अष्टांग योग. योग साधना, इट हैज 8 limbs. We will be studying from tomorrow that most enchanting, important topic. By God's Gurus, Patanjali Maharshi's grace, Vyasa Bhagwan's grace, Kapila Maharshi's grace, and Hiranyagar Bhagwan's kripa, Jarur hum samjhenge. And mind you, while studying only when we get committed to do sadhana, that actually doing sadhana lifts us to understandings and experiences of what we have struggled to understand in so far in the first complete pada and second pada up to 27 sutras. उसका स्पष्टता अनुभूति भी इनका करने से होता है. So doctor seeing us, you are suffering pain and all, he did all the tests, diagnosis showed, ये सब बता कर कहा देखो इसके लिए ये इलाज है. See that the ilaj, you start taking the medicine, what he taught theoretically, that these parts will get settled, your pain goes away, you will actually achieve. सेम वे अष्टांग योग साधना करते रहने से ये जो सेकंड पाद में जो बताया है साधना, फर्स्ट में जो समाधि, वो चीजों का हमको महसूस होता है. That is why it becomes practically important. That's why many of the great people, much discussion about sadhana samadhi pada and 27 of the sadhana pada, they don't do. They only talk on ashtanga yoga. Because it is to be done practically. और practically तुम करो, तुम एक स्थिति को पहुंच ही जाओगे. वही तो थियरी है. That is why some of them, they talk only Ashtanga Yoga, not the earlier ones. And the one who has done Ashtanga Yoga naturally becomes qualified to know what is it in the first and second. But theoretically, from the Shastra Adhyayana standpoint, when we do systematically, we have to know that the Samadhi is our goal. We should know further the Sadhana Pada we have to do in that Namaskar Sadhya Pranidhana. But uske laik bhi hame banna hai, so we have to start with the scratch. The scratch is Ashtanga Yoga. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Beautiful thing. Your choice whether you want to come or not from tomorrow. Hari Om. Now